Hello out there in internet land, and welcome once again to Handelabra Live, or Sentinels Live, because I usually play Sentinels, but play whatever. Hey look, the chat is actually where it's supposed to be. That's weird. Awesome. So, yeah, I'm John, developer of Sentinels of the Multiverse at Handelabra Games, and we're going to be playing some Sentinels again tonight. Welcome one and all to the chat room. And if you're watching on YouTube, too bad. You should watch live. I'm not going to do a whole lot of preamble because I want to play an Oblivion game, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining everything as I'm playing it because I don't want it to take forever. So we'll probably get started pretty quick. I did want to play with the primary objective shield because we haven't done that yet. And I saw someone in the forums, I forget who, but if you're in the chat, shout out. Is it the forums or Reddit was talking about taking on Oblivion with Dark Watch? I think it was in the Greater Than Games forums. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So I've got the whole Dark Watch team, Rook City, and then some random environments. And yeah, I wanted to try this out and see how it goes. And hopefully not have a 4-hour stream this time. We'll see. Last week was exactly 2 hours, so it was perfect. Yeah, so you'll get a bit of strategy about Oblivion here, but we will be focusing on just playing. So I also wanted to mention I am in a new place today. So we arrived here yesterday, and it's 6 o'clock here. 6 Eastern Standard Time. So if that gives you a hint as to where I might be, feel free to guess. I am going to hit fight. Team Orchid has yet to go against Oblivion, waiting for a day when all your friends are in the mood for it. That is fair, especially on the tabletop. It is a big, big battle. So I think, yeah, let me know if you see any problems with the stream. I'm seeing glitches happening on my OBS, but I'm not sure if that actually is happening for real or if it's just on my screen. Oblivion says, "Your feeble weapons will not save you. I am power incarnate." Expatriate, more power just means more reliance on that power. I'll always find a target. Black boxes you keep seeing. There's wiggly wobbling. All right, so I'm going to make OBS go to the background, and that should stop the wibbly wobblies. And yeah, I'll do that. So let me know if that stops the wibbly wobblies for you, and I will have a beer from a nice little microbrewery here in the place where I am that no one's guessed yet. Takewalker, it is 7 in Eastern Daylight Time. It is 6 o'clock here in Eastern Standard Time. Cool, so Oblivion is going to go. I don't usually bother looking at heroes' hands at the start of Oblivion game because they might all be dead by the time we get started. Void Soul appears. Get the usual start of game stuff, and Empyreon is the first other scion. Inevitable Destruction card, and Oblivion starts off by playing Global Devastation. Sure, that is going to be 14 damage to everything. We'll just whip through that. Yeah, and Empyreon gets an extra one for the energy damage to himself. And that's 16 to Harpy. Alright, so some Animen are going to come. So for the primary objective, you really are trying to get missions. That's really the main focus of what you want to do. And so usually with this shield, I find running away from Oblivion and doing the missions is easier. Than staying around and getting beat up. Because if you stay around with Oblivion, he's going to rip you down. And if Void Soul is around where you're doing objectives, then it's more problematic. So let's see. So, wow, I sure have a lot of RPG launchers. And not a whole lot else for Expatriate. Setback's got some stuff. Oh yeah, Cash Out is... I was thinking, yeah, he's got a card that helps people draw cards, which would be handy to have. The Harpy, Mr. Fixer, yeah, not some great opening hands here. We do get the Amulet in the opening hand. But let's just go over to the second battle zone and start going for objectives. So Expatriate's not going to be good at getting this objective, but I'm going to take it on, and maybe I can trade it to someone else later. Because I want to reshuffle, and then maybe it comes up on top, and I don't want it anyways, right? So, and none of these heroes are particularly good at getting Orchestrate the Void, unless, say, Setback has the card. He has a card that lets people draw cards, or use powers. You know, and Night Mist can get it potentially with Enlightenment. But, you know, we can trade that to her later if needed. RPG Launcher isn't going to work because I don't have anything to destroy, and Unload's not going to work either. So it's just double skip time for Expatriate. Cytosine, yeah, says they're having a sale on the Jumbo Creative RPG Launchers. Balui, I find it's a lot easier with more heroes to defeat OblivAeon, in my experience playing it. Because with only 3 heroes, there's like way more enemy turns than hero turns, and it's tough to overcome that. The H stuff is reduced, but it's not a huge difference, I found. The next mission is going to be Hope for the Dawn. That's fine. Again, Setback is not going to be good at getting this, but we're going to take it on, and maybe we can trade it or something later. There's Citizen Storm is up next, and we'll be able to just damage him to go after him. So yeah, I'm just going to start with Fumbling Fool and get a bunch of tokens. And let's add a token to the Lucky Pool and see what we get. Hey! We can knock out, or work on knocking out these Aeon Men. So I want to take out 4 tokens to hit those. Along with Empyrean, of course. Empyrean reacts. Yeah, we don't want these Aeon Locusts to go off if we can avoid it. And yeah, we're still going to move to the next battle zone. We'll take on Citizen Storm. Coming up next, looks like it's going to be, oh yeah, Great Fortune. That is a good one. Cool, so let me see what Harpy has. I still haven't played Harpy enough to just be like, I'm going to do this. We have Calling the Flock, but that won't work because Huge Enemies are in my hand. Swift Summoning is an ongoing to let us play cards, so that's kind of nice. And the Flock's Care is going to, right now, reduce damage dealt to me, and potentially be responding with damage. This is going after Setback, which I'm not too concerned about. So maybe I'll go with the Flock's Care for that little bit of DR, might help her survive. I mean, or I could just play Huge Immune and try to get more damage on Citizen Storm. Maybe let's do that. Or rewind. Let's just get more damage on Citizen Storm and try to flip it. Yeah, especially if you had applied numerology, then Swift Summoning lets you reveal the top card of 2 hero decks, potentially. Or flip 2 tokens. Take Walker, you are correct. I am in Panama. Did you do a look for search time zones in Central and South America? It might be the only Eastern Standard Time place, I think. Also, here's a question. Do I want to go after the Locusts or Citizen Storm? Because the Locusts, if they get to go off, are real bad. So I think I'm going to clear out those Locusts. I don't have a lot of area damage with my teammates here, so I really want to make sure... Oh, I could just hit Empyrean, and he's going to hit everything. That's actually better. Make Empyrean do the work. Because he also hits Citizen Storm for almost as much damage as I would do there, right? So yeah, Panama is pretty cool. And the next clue would have been this Panamanian realm. All right, let's deal 2 damage. And Empyrean only goes once a turn, but then we'll just have Mr. Fixer hit him. So I'm gonna keep working on Citizen Storm here. And yeah, I want to move to the second battle zone and take on Great Fortune for sure. And I could go with Toolbox to draw a couple cards. Yeah, Great Fortune is going to give me more options for that, so let's play Toolbox. I get Dual Crowbars and Monkey Fist. And I'm going to hit Empyrean again. I know this is hitting all the heroes, but it is doing good work for us, so I'll probably stop hitting Empyrean briefly. So for Great Fortune, we have to reveal a card, select a card in hand, and then look for one. We want to get one to shuffle your deck and reveal the top card of your deck. So you don't get to like stack your deck for it, right? You have to be lucky. So let's see what we got. We have 6 ongoing, 7, 8, 10 ongoings, similar number of equipments, and similar. One shot might be actually the most, because we have Overdrive, Meditation, but it's also, you also have to consider what card you want to play, right? Like if it goes off, like ongoing might have more because of Bloody Knuckles, but like, do I want Bloody Knuckles to get played right now? I might not, right? So that's something to consider when you think about that. So I think I might go with one shot. Well, yeah, I mean, equipment, the thing is, if I choose equipment, I'm going to, like, get one or the other. It's true, I want the mission to flip. So let's see. Let's go with Driving Mantis. Or actually, even Harmony could be. If I play Harmony and it works, then I'll get a Style and Harmony. So let's do it. It's equipment! Grease Gun, they're discarded. That's too bad. Grease Gun would have been great. And then we have True Hero in the end, so let's move over and grab that for sure. And maybe we'll be able to survive enough to get it. Well, probably if I grab the Amulet of the Elder Gods, I'll be able to survive till the next round. Do I want to do this just to hit Empyrean? Oh, actually, it hits Citizen Storm. So yeah, I'll discard for this. I'll keep Call Forth so I can potentially use that next turn to get more cards. And yeah, I think I'm just going to have everyone deal themselves damage here to get all the tokens. Badly, we have not found a good use of Count La Commodore's base power. It's great for anytime you have a good card in your trash you want to get back. Like, that's super good. Just even that basic use of it. It also combos super well with her own abilities. Like, you can, for example, use your base power on you, and then you draw a card at the end of your turn. You draw a card, and then at the end of your turn, you reveal the top card, and hey, it's the top card that you played with Chronological Sweet Spot, right? Or you can, if you have Omnitron X around, you can make them put a card under the top card and draw a card and then play the top card of their deck, or all sorts of great stuff. It basically, with like a very small combo, is either like, you know, do you want to draw this card soon, which is sort of the basic aspect of it, but it also can be, do you want this card in your hand right now? Do you want to play this card right now? Right? Like, there are all sorts of really cool combos. Gross Twisting Back Alleys. This is in Battle Zone 1 though, and we're not here, so I'm just going to say no. Alright, we have Erase from Time, but there are no heroes there, so too bad, Void Soul. And oh yeah, and Void Soul plays the bottom card of the deck. It plays the top card if no damage is dealt. And actually that made Void Soul leave, which is hilarious. So here, oh, this is awkward. Yeah, so Void Soul left. He's going to go again, which is annoying. I can choose Night Mist here. I do have enough cards to discard twice, so let's do that. Discard a couple things. Redirect it to... Ooh. Empyrean would flip. And... Empyrean flipping is like... He's worse on the other side, like, in terms of his end of turn, so I don't really want him to flip. Maybe I'll just hit Citizen Storm here. Interesting, Void Soul and Empyrean are nemesis to each other. Ooh, Mission Control. That's good for us. And we got Shock Grounds from Expatriate. Silver Lining for Setback. That's good. We might need that very soon. All sorts of... There's... Yeah, one-shots are prevented here, but we're getting some good ongoings and stuff. I may discard a card to draw a card. I might discard Calling the Flock. Yeah, because I have it in my hand, or in play. Tire Iron, look at this, is a perfect mission control so far. And Mist Form, awesome. This is an excellent mission control. Oof, Certain Finality. This is going to take out the Harpy. So much for that. I wanted to go for after Huge and Immunion, but now Setback is dealing 2 and 2 to everything. And the order won't really matter because he's still going to be alive. So far, Dark Watch is not doing great. Night Mist is going to not do anything because she's immune to damage. Hyperion can rail at her for that. Alright, so we're going to replace the Harpy with Dark Watch Harpy. We'll see how far we get doing this. Cool costume. Do you want to move to the first battle zone? No Oblivion is there, so we'll skip that. He might come over here anyways, but we'll see. Yep, he was going there anyway. And he's going to, yeah, Silver Lining is going to help, but then Setback's going to get knocked out anyways. We can have him hit the Scions first because that's more fun. At least we'll flip Empyrean here. That +5 damage is pretty rough. Night Mist is fine. She got that lucky Mist form. And Setback is going to go, oh wait, actually I have 2 hit points. And then, oh wait, I'm dead anyway. Well, we're going to be almost full Dark Watch here after the first round. So they're not holding up. I know in that game that was linked in the forum, they survived for like the whole game without anyone getting lost or something like that. It was pretty cool. Get some Aeon Men in the other battle zone. Just some vassals and a warrior. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'll try to kill them, but not like, don't need to worry too much about it. Let's go with Dark Watch Expatriate. And do I want to go to the first battle zone? What's the mission we have right now? That doesn't super affect it. So yeah, let's all go to the first battle zone, I think. Night Mist will move over for True Hero in the end. So, get away from OblivAeon. This is for Setback. We'll go with Darkwatch Setback. Cytosine asked about an album with the Oblivion music on it. That's something we are looking at putting together. I don't think there's any ETA or anything, but it is something on our list. Yep, let's go to the first battle zone. Mr. Fixer goes Darkwatch. Oh, and Harpy didn't die, so the Harpy is still in the second battle zone. Let's not move. Yeah, let's take on Filter Heist. We haven't gotten any objectives yet. But this is actually really good for Expatriate because it turns into our Infinity Cannon. And we have a better hand this time with a shotgun in it. So let's grab that and shoot at maybe a vassal. Avoid getting more devastation tokens. And yes, let's reveal the top 3 cards. Hey look, 3 more keywords. How convenient. Night Mist only didn't die really because of that accidental mist form. So it was very lucky. Even with her amulet, she would have died, I think. All right, so then we've got a mission for Setback here, the Red Menace. Let's take that on. And I can use Looking Up and start punching it. It'll hurt, but we gotta do it. Probably try to get rid of that twisting back alleys if we can. I didn't have any environment destruction there. I didn't have any of my RPG launchers. Like the first one. Yep, also moving to the first battle zone and Expedition to Atlantis. We can take that on. This combos really well with Night Mist being on the team because it doesn't matter when the cards are discarded, they just need to be discarded. And Applied Numerology is actually really good with Night Mist, so I'm going to put that into play. And the base power here is flip 1 control token. Note that does not have a numeral, and you may play a card. So actually what I should have done, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get damage through. I should have played Harpy Hex first, but that's fine. Let's flip. Sure, we'll do that. The thing is, like, I can deal 1 damage, but all the damage is -1, so there's no real point to it. So I'm going to save the Harpy Hex until I can actually get some damage through. Uh, 7 tokens, eh? So we could get this right now, or we could potentially get it like via other things, right? That is something sometimes I like to do, is just sort of, you're going to discard cards, so you may as well discard them to like draft off of other discards. Though this does let you draw a card and use a power, so I could actually use the Ancient Tome if I can flip this right now. So maybe I'll flip it right now. Brian Lowell Fun. Wait, that's why I can't change 2 tokens, because I use word 1 instead of numeral 1. That's exactly correct. Numerals, it says. The word 1 is not a numeral. Yeah, I'm going to go for this because I have lots of stuff to discard, and I need to discard 7, and I have 4 heroes to work with, so Patriot can discard a couple things. That's 2. 2 tokens on the card now. Mr. Fixer is probably not going to need all his stuff. Yeah. I like having Bloody Knuckles, but I'll just get rid of it for now and go with Pipe Wrench. Setback, doesn't need 2 copies of Silver Lining probably. And skip the Karmic Retribution, I can draw some cards later. And I need 1 more token, so the Harpy can discard probably, yeah, Mystical Outburst, and then we'll have those Harpy hexes that we can play. Yeah, so now we can reveal cards from top of your deck until 2 ongoings are revealed. Put 1 in your hand, discard the other revealed thingies. And I can change this 3 or more control tokens to be 2 or more so that I can play an ongoing card. And we have Swift Summoning or Conjured Aura. Yeah, we'll go with Swift Summoning, I guess. And I can play it. And hopefully we'll get rid of these Twisting Back Alleys because they're really annoying. Yeah, we don't want the second Battle Zone. Hermetic Evolved. Yeah, let's take that on. And get the Pipe Wrench out. I think I've got enough ongoings kicking around that we can get rid of. Let's keep working on the Red Menace. Well, the Red Menace is going to hit back. That's annoying. Let's hit Hermetic instead. Yeah, look at all this stuff I can destroy. I don't super need the Ancient Tome. I got another one. Are you taking on Oblivion with a full 5-hero team all by yourself? Yep. Not the first time. Alright, this is just happening. Yes, and I can reduce the damage, self-damage that heroes do to themselves, so let's do that. All right, and now it is time. If Night Mist was over there, I would have blow up Mist Form, but ooh, Enraged Terror Bird. I like having that, but yeah, interesting. So trading rewards is really good, but when you like don't want to do the end of turn thing, I think I want to get this true here in the end though. So actually, and I do want Enraged Terror Bird is pretty easy to get, so I very rarely use the skip on this, but I think I'm going to skip this so that Expatriate can get the Terror Bird and Haka. So I'm actually going to skip. And I do want to destroy Mist Form, I think. I don't have to. I could just sit around and be invulnerable, but that's not very exciting, is it? I can play Call Forth and discard a card and get more cards. Yeah, Applied Numerology is great for the self-damage. That is true. Because I can use my base power here, and Applied Numerology reduces it by 1, so it's only 1 damage for 2 cards, which is a great deal. Yeah, and we only need a couple more tokens, so let's have Expatriate do it, reduce the damage, and Mr. Fixer can do it too, and that's 7 tokens. So now we have Brother Sacrifice, and 3 tokens on the primary objective. These Aeon men are going to do stuff. Actually, one of them's almost going to get killed. Ugh. Do you want to... Actually, this is just going to play the top card of the Aeon Man deck and the Villain deck, or in the Environment deck, so yes, do it. Aeon Thrall and Tony Taurus. Sure. Because that card was annoying. Yeah, Aeon Thrall can go on top. And there's no villain character card, so Tony Taurus doesn't take any damage. That works for me. Alright, we get a little damage from the Aeon Man. Mr. Fixer happily takes 0 there, and just 1 from these. And entry point covers up our mission control, but we're not there anyways, so that's fine. They hit each other for all I care. Unless it's going to affect, unless we get pulled back over. Yep, we have another Relentless Hunter, so Empyreon is going to come over and go after Mr. Fixer. Fine. And yep, this is trying to go after a hero, and there aren't any there. 10 tokens on the Inevitable Destruction card. We have to watch out for that. Oh, there are no heroes here, so this is handy. Except for the countdown going down. That's less handy. So we need to get that objective flipped and flip the shield, because it's really nice to have an extra round for the next phase if you can, and not lose an environment either. But we'll see if we can manage it. We have it hopefully one more round. So yeah, here I don't want to, I'm fine to stay away from OblivAeon right now. Let's take this on. And I can I'll be able to shoot at it, so that's nice. Let's go. I have hair trigger reflexes, but if I can get an ammo into the Infinity Cannon, that would be good. Potentially almost killing the Terror Bird, so. Or I'll just grab an assault rifle. And the Infinity Cannon is going to let me draw a card, because I don't have any ammo. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to shoot the Terror Bird, because once that flips, it's a really nice damage reduction. Yeah, guys can abuse a ton of stuff with applied numerology. That is, with completionist guys, he can do it. Yeah, I'll discard submachine gun and redirect this over to. I could redirect it to Night Mist, who would then redirect it to something else, which isn't a bad idea. But for 2 damage, it's only 1 to Mr. Fixer, so I'm okay to just take the 1 damage. Let's not move. The Digital Age. Yeah, this needs equipment cards, which I don't really have. One thing I can do is trade the Red Menace to someone else, and then the end of turn damage won't happen. This is something I really recommend considering trading objectives to make it easier to accomplish them. Because what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to look to see what everyone else has. I'm going to trade the Red Menace to Expatriate. And now I have Enraged Terror Bird, and I can take it out with looking up. So I'm going to, yeah, having everyone heal 2 hit points is, yeah, and then of course Red Menace is now, the turn for that has already gone past, so we don't need to worry as much about it. Everyone getting 2 hit points isn't bad, drawing lots of cards is good, so if I had Expedition to Atlantis now, you can see how the bonus card draw would be really good, right? So yeah, I'm going to use Cash Out. I have lots of hit points, so I don't really need Silver Lining right now. I'll draw a bunch of extra cards. Well, especially because I'm going to have Haka too, right? So, Applied Numerology only works on powers in your play area. That's right. Like hero character cards in your collection. So Setback is fine to discard a card. Probably, High Risk Behavior is kind of fun, but I'm not going to probably have a lot of tokens in this setup right now. Mr. Fixer, I don't really want to discard cards. Night Mist has some things to discard. I lose another amulet there, sure. Expatriate can discard Hair Trigger. I mean, I would love to be using Hair Trigger, but I think the hollow points are going to be better. And then Harpy is going to be the last one. Let's get those Harpy hexes working for us. And if she starts getting damage boosts, watch out. She can do some really cool stuff. And yeah, I'm going to punch that Terror Bird. And hopefully we have some area damage to take out the Aeon Men. That might be a problem. Oh yeah, so Oblivion actually comes over here with when that card flips. So we can look at that. Hey Leo9981, Jeremy is actually in Florida at Disneytown. So, in Harry Potterville and all of those things. He's having a family vacation and enjoying himself a lot, I think. Yeah, so Oblivion moves over, and now if we deal him 5 or more damage in a single turn, remove this card from the game. Which right now, Mr. Fixer could do it if he got like some irreducible damage, but he doesn't have that really set up right now. So one question is like, should we stay or should we go now? I feel like we might want to go to the other battle zone because this battle zone is going to be probably destroyed. Unless we're actually, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything we can do to flip the shield before. So what's going to happen is Oblivion is going to probably be at 12 tokens, and he's going to kill he's going to kill all these Aeon Men, which are going to make him play 1 card at least. He's going to kill Empyreon when he destroys the environment, if he destroys the environment. And when Empyreon is destroyed, we can draw a card and use a power, which is really nice. That could potentially let us interrupt Oblivion's turn and flip the shield if we were able to do the right things. Like we could potentially have Expatriate use the Infinity Cannon and do like 5 damage to Oblivion right then. So maybe it's worth staying and like killing Empyreon and flipping Oblivion, because Oblivion doesn't destroy all the Aeon Men on his second side. I wonder if we can do that. We can probably do this if we stay here. Yeah, we can definitely kill Empyreon, and so unfortunately Mr. Fixer just doesn't have enough, like he has. I think we have enough to flip the shield. So I think now's the time to do it. So we might get killed, but we might not. Let's see. We'll get another Scion. Let's stay and do stuff. So could potentially get the Digital Age. May as well try for it. Worst case, you get to play a card at the end, like a random card, like it's decent. So Harpy Hex, we'll play that. We'll go ahead and hit Empyreon to try to move that forward. Swift Summoning, right, we can potentially reveal the top card of Hero Decks. So let's do that. Let's change that to 2 Hero Decks so we can look at 2 ones. And let's look at, I think, Mr. Fixer, if we can get him a really good card. And let's see if we can get Night Mist, something like OblivAeon. That would be, wiping out those Aeon Men would be awesome. Driving Mantis and Mistbound. So we got to play one of those. Mistbound is not great because it's going to like only go to the start of my turn. So Driving Mantis, I don't have a style right now. It's not like the best, but it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, sometimes the internet here just completely stops working for a while. So if that happens, I don't know. I will try to notice. So far, so good. Brittany will probably tell me. All right, end of turn, I get to use another power. I can flip a token. So none of my things really care about the number of tokens right now. I did pick up Uncontrollable Flock, which is good to have birds for. But you also want to sort of manage your thing. So maybe I'll try to keep it balanced and flip a bird back over. And let's hit Empyrean. We want Empyrean to go. Yeah, I could play. Right, I just get to play a card straight from that. I can flip one Arcana token. Hero order is based on when they enter the game. Oh yeah, that's not a huge deal. Oh, deals each non-hero target. That's going to be good because I can clear out a lot of the crap. So I'm going to do that because I want to. Uncontrollable Flock will let me do X targets, but this is going to let me. I really want to clear the board of these Aeon Men. And I'm going to be doing basically like 5 damage to anything. Yeah, each non-hero target is going to get 2 damage, and each target is going to get 3 damage. So that's basically 5 to everything. So I'm going to put, if I hit Empyrean with this, that's going to flip Empyrean. I'm just trying to think if I want to flip Empyrean now, or if I want to wait. As long as I can like get through, what I need to do is get through OblivAeon this turn, and I think I can. If I use Infinity Cannon, that's going to be 5 damage. So let's do that. I want to hit the Locust because the Locust, that will take it out. So I can just choose for me here, I think. Harpy's going to get hit a little bit, but... Oh, and that was a damage through, I think. Or no, that wasn't a damage. There will be a damage through to Oblivion here with... Oh no, she gets a Nemesis bonus, that it was a damage through. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and I think this is just, again, a choose for me. But we're going to be able to reduce it to the heroes, so that's good. Yeah, this clearing out a lot of these Aeon Man badness. Yeah, Arataki's going to redirect it and then reduce the damage. So, oh, and Driving Mantis. Oh, yeah. So, Driving Mantis gets to redirect it. And we can redirect that to Hermetic and flip Hermetic, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's... Yeah, we may as well do that. Mr. Fixer's going to be able to, like, you know, use Charge or something to flip Empyrean. Hey, thanks Pricey Provinces for subscribing. Just trying to think if I should flip Empyrean now or wait until Mr. Fixer's turn. Let's get these objectives because when Oblivion flips, things happen. Oh yeah, an Amulet of Elder I can redirect another one. Let's do that. Discard a couple things. And, oh yeah, there's only an Aeon Warrior left. So, I mean, I could clean that up. I could do 2 damage to Oblivion. Flipping Oblivion right now, and he won't play another Scion. Actually, yeah, I'm doing that. Then he won't play another Scion right away. He will on his turn, but he won't, like, in response to Empyrean. Mr. Fixer can't hurt Empyrean. Oh yeah, I guess not at the moment. But Night Mist can. So Night Mist can do it. And Oblivion flips and deals damage. So that's almost going to kill Harpy, but not quite. I don't think any of these are going to... I forgot about the 5 damage, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. Harpy's still kicking with 1 health. She did her job. We get a couple more Aeon men. But yeah, we're in phase 2. We still get, oh yeah, direct strike. So I don't have an equipment to flip this card, but I can put this into play by discarding anyways. So flip 2 tokens, draw 2 cards, discarding cards. Yeah, this is great. So I'm going to discard this, and now I can hit Empyrean. Sure, why not? I mean, I should be hitting Oblivion, but I'm going to hit Empyrean because everyone's going to get to draw a card and use a power now. I guess it's only if, like, I could just play Scouring Mists and then, like, use that damage, you know? Like, basically get as much damage on Oblivion as we can is the idea. Tony Torres shouldn't have been standing there. Yeah, that's right. And actually, I've used both my powers this turn. I'd rather you do this on Night Mist turn so I can use a Harpy's power again. So let's do that. Let's just hit Oblivion. Get the damage boost. Oh, except that, no wait. Yeah, the Red Menace has gone back, so we don't need to worry about the Red Menace. We already killed Hermetic too, so... right, so now we can discard cards. We have to discard up to 5. We don't have to, but I get to deal damage. I feel like the Harpy is not long for this world, so I'm just going to discard all my cards and turn that into damage to Oblivion. Do you want Heartbreakers? This is how you get Heartbreakers. Yeah, that's 8 more damage to Oblivion, which is decent. So the Harpy at 1. So, I mean, we'll be able to use Brother's Sacrifice, but you know what? Strike while the iron's hot, right? We're not going to move. We're going to stay, at least for now. I could take on this objective and then get out of town. I'll take it on in any case, I think, unless I want to use the incapability. Equipment in Hero Trash into play. Yeah, nothing. I mean, I do like Hoist Chain against Oblivion here, but I'm going to take it on. And yeah, so as someone pointed out, I can't damage Empyrean, but I can punch Oblivion decently hard. And then Night Mist can destroy Empyrean. So I'm going to use Overdrive. Well, Charge is almost as good as Overdrive. Let's just do that. And yeah, I think I'm just going to... I could punch... Actually, if I punch the Red Menace will try to hit me, and I'll redirect that to Oblivion because I have the -1. So I could kill the Red Menace. What does that do again? Yeah, that's the Everyman. That's going to be drawing cards for Expatriate. Yeah, well, I'll redirect this to Oblivion, and then I can use my base power to flip that reward for Expatriate. So maybe I'll do that. And then you have it. I could destroy it. Well, not that, but I'm going to start destroying Harpy's cards because I think she's going to go down. We can get rid of Swift Summoning, I think. Oh yeah, I have rum. I should drink it. If I can open it. Does it have a thingy? Just needs brute strength. Discard a card. Ooh, yeah, it's going to be Alternating Target Claw. And do I want to move? I do like having that redirect, and I want to stay here to use my power, so I'm not moving. Void Soul can have the second battle zone. So here's a question. How much do you think this bottle of rum cost here in Panama? It is a half size, so like a 375 ml bottle of pretty good quality. amber rum. See what your guesses are. I'll let you know. New Dover. Dover says about 350. I assume that's your pronunciation of that. That is a little low, but not far off. Night Mist definitely doesn't want to move. Ooh, the final champion. There are more hero targets than non-hero targets, so let's do it. Yeah, so in Canada, this would easily cost like $15. But here it costs it was about $4.50. or $4.29 or something like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna play Scouring Mists, and we're gonna. Oh, I only do one, which isn't worth redirecting, so I'm gonna reduce it. And I'm gonna hit Empyrean. All right, so everyone gets to draw a card and use a power. So let's go with, yeah, maybe Setback has a 3 damage to do. I'm thinking if I should clean up some of these Aeon men. I probably should. I don't know if I have enough area damage around to... Oh, I have Assault Rifle, actually, so I can use Assault Rifle and clean up anything. Yeah, let's do that. So let's chip this down. Normally I don't worry about the Aeon men, but I know OblivAeon is going to kill them and cause problems, so... Ooh, Unload. That's nice. I would like to be able to play that right now, but... I definitely want to kill these Aeon Warriors. I don't care about the Aeon Thrall, so I'm just going to use the last damage on OblivAeon. Well, the Aeon Thrall's going to hit us. Yeah, whatever. Get rid of him. Harpy can draw a card and use a power. So I could use, yeah, I have my base power. So I'm going to flip that back, which gives me a damage point to shoot at OblivAeon. I get to play this one shot. The Harpy's sticking around. Keep hitting OblivAeon. Destroy a card to flip a control token. I actually don't want to destroy any of those cards, so... And I could use another power, but I don't have any left. Night Mist. Sorry. Mr. Fixer draws a card and uses a power. Do I have... I mean, for 4 damage, it's worth blowing something up, so... Especially because I could just blow up something of Harpies or something. Yeah, let's lose the Harpy Hex. And then Night Mist. Draw a card. She already, I mean, her power. It's fine. There's OblivAeon. After I already don't need it anymore. Thanks, Empyrean. And we're down to 8 tokens because we flipped OblivAeon early and we killed Empyrean. So we're actually probably not going to lose an environment this round like we previously were. The Harpy may yet survive. Oh my goodness. Select a card to put on top of the deck. Horrible. Also horrible. I think Tear Through Reality is actually going to be better. Temporal Fracture is I hate this card the most because it moves the countdown token 1 space, which is like real bad. I mean, this would be having like Dark Harpy or Tony Taurus dealing 2 damage, so it would be reduced by 1, so it wouldn't be a lot, but Tear Through Reality is going to be a little bit of damage. I'd rather have that happen than lose a countdown. We are doing really well. It's a good question. Yeah. This adds a token. That moves the countdown. The problem is if the countdown starts moving too fast, you're screwed. So we're going to go with Tear Through Reality. And yeah, this could either hit the Harpy, or we could go with Brother's Sacrifice. That's true. Which would make all hero damage targets immune to damage until the start of the Harpy's turn. Because the Harpy is going to get knocked out. And so we could do this early and also avoid any Scion damage. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. And then we don't need to worry about this damage either. We don't get any cards from every man, but I wonder if Peru also has rum for cheap. Peru is more about pisco, which is a kind of brandy, than rum. Rum is like really Caribbean thing. And basically anywhere where like there was a lot of sugar being grown. We get an entry point, but we don't have a space for it, so we get another card. The Wraith's Arsenal. That's a lovely card that we're not going to see. Void Soul does nothing. Plays another card. Does nothing. Poor Void Soul. He's like, I'm really mad. Alright, Oblivion counts down, plays that card we know is there. But we don't take any damage. And we got rid of the Aeon Men, so, I mean, the Aeon Men blowing up would have just like, now we know they would have just made us, we just would have been immune, but, you know, we weren't necessarily planning on using the Brother's Sacrifice. Maybe we should have been, but we weren't. And we get a new Scion because it's the end of turn. But because we did this, we flipped him before destroying Empyrean. Darkmind didn't get to do her end of turn stuff, so we can probably kill her before then if we want. But we're probably going to just focus on Oblivion. I don't really worry about the Scions. That's sort of a really rough general strategy for me, is don't worry about the Scions. And do as many missions as you can, because they are all awesome. Incapabilities are also really good, but yeah. So I could use Unload here and have a pretty good turn with 3 guns in play. Yeah, and I also get to put hollow points out, so let's use Unload. I'm going to first go with the Infinity Cannon. Actually, yeah, first, I have this +1 damage, but I think I'd rather, like, just shoot these guns. So, because I want to put the hollow points into the assault rifle and then shoot it, which I get to do. And then it would let me hit Darkmind as well with that hollow point boost. So let's play the ammo card and put it by the assault rifle. And we'll shoot Oblivion with the Infinity Cannon. And we'll use the assault rifle on Oblivion, Darkmind, and take out the Racketeer, who's not doing us any favors. And we get some in the Coliseum, like just like that, so I could use that power, but I don't need to use it right now. And I will shoot Oblivion with the shotgun. That was a pretty good turn for Expatriate. If I get Unloaded hand, I'm going to be doing that. Oh yeah, we have Cursor, who's giving a +1 to any non-character hero targets. Let's stay here. Ooh, building a king. Yeah, we definitely would have enough stuff for this. So let's take that on. I love the T-Rex bot. Oh yeah, I can clear out a few tokens with Exceed Expectations and do some more damage. So 2 tokens, hit Oblivion, and Darkmind. I could send, you know, have some redirecting over to... Actually, you know what? I could redirect one over to Mr. Fixer. Let's rewind and do that. because Mr. Fixer has -1. So 3 tokens. Over to Mr. Fixer. Oh, Brother Sacrifice. Well, I might want that token, so I'm going to rewind. Forgot about Brother Sacrifice. So we only want to remove 2 tokens. And then I can use Looking Up to keep punching Oblivion. All right, so we need to discard or destroy 4 equipment cards. So there's one that Night Mist has, but I might actually want to keep that. That toolbox we can definitely discard. That's one. I don't want to lose the pipe wrench. Harpy doesn't have any equipment. Setback doesn't. Expatriate can discard the shotgun and destroy, you know, like the shotgun. I mean, the shotgun is great, but like the infinity cannon is like just as good, right? Or better. And then, yeah, Night Mist is gonna discard one. So Night Mist will discard that. Not destroy that. We love that. And Expatriate will discard that and destroy the other shotgun. I mean, the assault rifle is kind of nice just to be able to hit multiple things if we need that. Yeah, we'll keep the assault rifle. And that's it. Skip. Building a King is flipped. And we hit Oblivion. I'm actually not, I mean, just, I could be killing Darkmind here, but we need to get that damage to Oblivion. So. Yeah, the Digital Age has not been working great. Lash of the Elements. Oh, she's immune to damage, but until her turn, right? She's the one who had it. I don't remember for sure. It was removed from the game. Hey chat, tell me who had it so I can... Oh, maybe, no, Night Mist had it, didn't she? So I can safely play Lash of the Elements, which I will. The question is, do I want a War-Torn Landscape versus Digital Age? Or use an incap ability? Yeah, like having Expatriate use a power is pretty good. Or have someone play a card could be even better depending on the card play. Play Overdrive. I could play Mistbound Recovery to get a bunch of hit points back without losing my turn. That might be a good thing for Night Mist to do. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I actually wanted to play a card, not use a power, sorry. Don't move. Use incap ability. Let Night Mist play a card. And Harpy had the most 16 cards, so it's the Harpy. And yeah, we can play Latch the Elements, or we could wait and do more targets damage by flipping a token first, but I think there's only 2 targets we're attacking anyways because everyone's immune to damage, there's no redirection, so it won't matter. This is going to be a nice 6 damage to each of those targets. I mean, we might end up flipping Darkmind here by accident. Yeah. Do I want to flip a token? Does it even matter? Sure. Oh, I didn't mean that, but I don't even super care. Oh, and so an ongoing was revealed, and Darkmind just stole it. So it didn't get to do the other part of Digital Age. That's fine. I don't want to move. I probably want to swap out Nature's Compulsion. Actually, we're in Rook City. I don't want to play the top 2 cards of the environment deck, right? Not that much. I could trade Nature's Compulsion for the Digital Age, but actually, yeah, if I reveal an ongoing card, then Dark Mind steals it. But if I reveal an equipment card, that would be nice. So maybe it'd be worth doing that. No one else has a... As you can see, I'm not, like, I don't super care about Nature's Compulsion. It's not really... I'm going to trade it because I'd rather try for the Digital Age here with Mr. Fixer. Let's play Harmony for an extra +1. And keep punching Oblivion. I mean, it's 6 damage to Dark Mind, but she's not the objective. And I'm probably going to just keep destroying the Harpies cards. Somehow she's still alive. I mean, Applied Numerology is still helpful, so actually I don't want to destroy that. I could destroy the Bloodsworn Exhibition, which is not going to be really needed. I mean, it's sort of a shame to destroy a reward, but that card is really necessary for when there's a lot of Aeon men around. So, poof, there isn't. And Dark Mind gets to take it. Actually, I'm going to rewind because I know there's a game-breaking bug when that happens. So I'm not going to do that. That is one we haven't fixed yet. So I don't want to I want to destroy a non-ongoing card, so I'll destroy Assault Rifle. Yeah, uh-oh. If there's rewards under Dark Mind, it can cause a problem, so... Alright, so I have to discard something. I guess I'll discard that. Hoist Chain. Yeah, so I can discard Overdrive to get Hoist Chain in play and flip the card, so let's do that. Actually, no, oh wait, that's right. I always screw that up. I don't want to... I want to skip so that I don't discard. Right. Either way, if you discard an equipment card, right, so I want to discard the revealed card. And that flips that. There we go. Oh no! Alright, yeah, let's keep pounding on OblivAeon. It's a decent amount of damage with Cursor in play. It's almost down to 100. We do not want to move. Oh. I mean, if this wasn't Rook City, I would be all over this objective. And so I'm going to shuffle. And I think Oblivion probably isn't. He's going to be at 11 because of Void Soul. So he might get another token from Dark Mind, so we're just going to have to risk it. I do have Bloodstone, which might help some people survive if he does do the damage. I could go Mistbound and prevent the Scion deck from playing cards, and then we'd be safe. That's a decent idea. Void Soul could still... I don't know if the Scion deck have cards that increase... the Inevitable Destruction. I mean, Night Mist could go over to where Void Soul is and prevent that token from being added. Maybe that's the better thing to do. Let's do that. Actually, then I can move to the second battle zone and play cards into Freedom Tower. Perfect. And yeah, I'm thinking of what I want to play here. Could be Enlightenment to try to get more cards and do some damage to Void Soul. I could use OblivAeon, but there's not there's only just Void Soul, so that's not really great. Let's go Enlightenment. Yeah, we get a 4. Perfect. And no damage because of Cursor. That's kind of too bad, but I get to draw 4 cards, which is good. And I deal myself this. One of the nice things about War Torn Landscape is you can like go back to the battle zone like with some other effect, then it just gets earned, potentially. Yeah, we'll discard 2 for a couple damage here. I'll keep Mistfield Recovery around because I have a big trash going. Hit Void Soul. We love cards. And I'm going to get to use the Race Arsenal too, right? That's reducing damage to Void Soul because he's the lowest. Void Soul, traditionally served with Void Greens. Oh man, Dr. Tremata. Rook City's being nice to us. We've got like 1 bad card. Oh yeah, and here. Do you want Scum and Villainy or Scum and Villainy? Let's go with Scum and Villainy. And yeah, that, I mean, yeah, may as well hit Dr. Tremata. Just trying to think if there's like any possible way that the Harpy would be saved. Probably not. But at least the new hero won't get beat up as much if we choose Tremata here. Two hero targets with the highest HP get dealt 2 psychic damage each. So this is actually going to redirect to Haka Arataki, so he doesn't have to destroy a card because it didn't damage a hero, just a hero target. Alright, and here, this is where I'm destroying... Oh yeah, remember, I didn't want to destroy the ongoing card. Oh, because of the bug. So, it's gonna be the Everyman, because the Infinity Cannon is not gonna... Yeah, it's gonna be the Everyman. Sorry, Everyman. Now Dark Mind's revealing cards, and discard any non-ongoings, and then the hero with the highest gets 4 psychic for each card discarded. So, yeah. Ideally, you want ongoings that are going to go under her, and she won't deal damage. So, Setback is a pretty good source of ongoings. So is Mr. Fixer, to be honest. So, let's choose Mr. Fixer. No ongoings. Well, it's just going to hit Haka a bunch. So, that's what she's there for. The Harpy could be saved by Hare Krishna. The Wraith Arsenal. All active players draw a card this way, destroy this card. Well, all is just 1. Night Mist doesn't super need more cards. I can skip, that's okay. The front desk, playing more environment cards. This rum is really good, by the way. It's really smooth. I'm putting it like away from me so I won't like use it all the time or be drinking too much. Freedom Tower is getting out of hand, which actually isn't too bad. Destroy 2 environment cards. Well, the first one's going to be Entry Point. And the second one is going to be Legacy's Landing Pad. Well, I mean, that's increasing damage dealt by Night Mist at this point. But it's also like reducing damage dealt to Void Soul, which is something I don't want. So I'm going to get rid of Landing Pad, because that's also really... If OblivAeon comes over, I don't want him to get a +1. Yeah, let's let the first damage... I want damage to go to Night Mist. Actually, the first one will be 0, and then the next one will be... I can redirect it by discarding. Discard. Call Forth is still not going to be useful here, and never going to use Astral Premonition here. A couple more damage to Void Soul. Alright, that was making Night Mist deal the damage. If your rum is awful, try putting it through a Brita filter. Dare you accept a Scion's aid? Well, OblivAeon decides he needs more help, so he calls in reinforcements. So now the Darkwatch has definitely rebounded here, so yeah, the Harpy is gonna die. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can get my heroes to kill the Aeon Vassal instead. We can send damage over to Dark Mind. Boss is going to take 0. Yeah, I think, well, Setbacks is going to go and destroy Arataki, so that's fine. This is just his regular end of turn damage, right? So there's nothing that we can like really do about it. If we hit the T-Rex spot, oh, that actually I kind of want the T-Rex spot to get hit. So let's choose Setback here. And yeah, he's gonna blow up those Aeon men. There's nothing we can really do about it. It'd be nice if like we could have our heroes do it, but so I don't think the order is really gonna matter now. So we used up our brother's sacrifice. And with 5 damage, it's going to blow up the Vassal no matter what. Yeah, I haven't played Oblivion on Advanced a whole lot. I would like to play it a bit more. Maybe next week we'll play Oblivion on Advanced. Alright, the Harpy needs to choose another deck, but we don't have any more Darkwatch. So I'm going to just press random. And some random heroes are going to help. It is Writhe. He's dark. And he's going to stay here and fight. Yeah, Harpy is out of the fight. I guess her cousin could have come. That would have been like a nice thing. I don't want to move. Oh yeah, Dark Mind had a bunch of Harpies cards underneath her, and then now they're gone. Hellion. Do we want to take that on? The other side is nice, so I'm not going to like necessarily focus on fighting that, but we can go for it. And we may as well play speed loading. And I'll use the Infinity Cannon. I could use Bloodsworn Exhibition to destroy Dark Mind, which would put any cards under this card. Yeah, there aren't any. We'll just hit Dark Mind with splash damage, basically. I'm still going to focus on Oblivion, and Hellion can get hit with splash damage. Like T-Rex bot, getting hit by this is productive, so he's like your very own little Empyrean. Yeah, we can redirect this over to Oblivion. Driving Mantis, because I don't have the -1 anymore. It got blown up. I want to stay. Create Contraption. Each player may discard any number of cards whenever equipment is discarded. I mean, I can take this. And maybe I'll get it. It would be nice for Mr. Fixer to have the hairdryer. So maybe I can wait and let him get it. Because, yeah, then maybe we'll have more equipment in hand as well. So what I'll do instead is use Incapability. And let someone either use a power or play a card. Yeah, I could go with the Infinity Cannon. I could help getting Writhe going. I only have Overdrive here for Mr. Fixer. Mr. Fixer is pretty safe because he has the Bloodstone. So he's gonna survive, even if he gets incapped. Actually, we're at 12 tokens, actually, so maybe we should be leaving the zone. I didn't think of that. Yeah, maybe instead we'll take this turn. I'm going to go back to Expatriate's turn. I didn't fail to realize that he's at 12 tokens. We could get him down to 11 if we kill Darkmind. And actually, we could also kill Void Soul. He would bring another sign into play. You know what? That's probably worth doing. I'm just gonna, yeah. As long as someone goes and helps kill Void Soul, I think that's probably worthwhile. I wonder if anyone can wipe the environment for Night Mist here. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just thinking of what I want to do here. I definitely need to leave, you know, someone here with Voss so I don't get a token added. But maybe do I want to send heroes over to the other one? And then, like, leave Night Mist over here, who can easily redirect any damage if Voss or if Oblivion decides to blow things up. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do, because I'll basically have everyone trade places. I would like to get more damage onto Oblivion, but let's move over. And we can still take this on. As long as we make sure to take out Darkmind as well. So yeah, here I want to do this, draw a card, shoot. Make sure to shoot Void Soul, really, that's the key thing. And we'll have some splash damage as well. Yeah, and actually, Setback would be fairly safe to stay here with Silver Lining. You could decide to play that, and you know, if and he's actually got 25 hit points. He's pretty okay. So yeah, maybe I'll have Setback stay here. What do I want Setback to? What does oh yeah, we still have that crate contraption we want Mr. Fixer to get. So yeah, maybe, I mean, the idea of Night Mist being the only one here is appealing, but I also want to make sure that Darkmind gets killed. Which Voss will do. He will hit Darkmind for like 11 damage, assuming he doesn't leave. This is the thing, like, you assume something happens, but maybe the Scion decides to like take off and go to the other battle zone, right? So I'd rather have him hit Oblivion, so I'd rather actually kill Darkmind. Heedless Lash is very likely to kill Darkmind, but not for sure. So I'd really like to have someone be here to make sure. So I think Setback is actually going to stay here and help make sure that. And then we can use an incapability here as well. Actually, yeah, we can let someone use a power or something before they leave. Like maybe would Writhe like to play a card, or Setback could play a card. Yeah, I don't have an easy way to get the Shadow Cloak. I could use my power, it's going to expire, but it would draw more cards. I think probably having Setback play a card would be good. I can get that Silver Lining into play now, just in case. And then, yeah, let's see what we want to do. Yeah, I can go Exceeding Expectations, and we can take out Darkmind, like, right here. And then we don't need to worry about it, and we know that then Voss will, for sure, be hitting Oblivion instead of another Scion. Or not for sure, but you know what I mean. And we can use Looking Up and finish off Darkmind. Just to be sure. So that takes a token down, and we can keep, I mean, still keep wailing a lot of damage on OblivAeon. I'm not super concerned with the damage output, so. And yeah. More concerned with that 20 damage. Yeah, so here we can, may as well regain the conduit, because I want Mr. Fixer to get that. So let's regain the conduit and draw more cards to try to get our Shadow Cloak or some way to get it. And I'll prevent damage. Actually, preventing damage to Expatriate's not a bad idea because she's pretty low. Writhe has lots of hit points relatively, and Night Mist is leaving, so. There's Skiyomaki. Alright, and Mr. Fixer is going to come over as well and take out Void Soul. And that's going to mostly maximize the amount of HP gain for the team doing it this way, so that's nice. Yeah, let's take on Create Contraption, which is glorious for Mr. Fixer to have. Do I want to play? I don't actually need to play Overdrive, so I'm just going to skip it. I do want to take out Void Soul. Which gives some hit points to... Unfortunately, my equipment's already got destroyed. Yeah, speed loading, I basically played it for a reason like this. Oh, another copy of Overdrive. Well, I guess I'm discarding one of those. These can go after Hellion. Alright, so we need 6 tokens on the card. They don't have to be discarded all right now. But, you know, I may as well discard what I can. Because I'm pretty sure Mr. Fixer's going to be around, and, you know, not everyone will necessarily have cards. May not be in the same battle zone all the time, right? So let's try to get it if we can. Mr. Fixer doesn't have that. We do have one equipment on Night Mist too. I don't need that right now. And yeah, okay. So we got 4 tokens on it. Not quite enough, but hopefully we'll get it before his next turn. And Night Mist does want to move to the first battle zone. I guess we lost that reward, right? Our objective that I didn't really care much about, the traveling one, which is bounty or whatever. Oh, time and time again. That's interesting. Yeah, so actually it's interesting here. Now I want to keep War-Torn Landscape because I kind of want to keep it because it's nice to, like, now there's no environment cards, right? To be honest, though, I'm not super keen on Cult War's ability. It's not that useful unless you have, like, a really good hero that's using a ton of different powers, like maybe the Wraith. So I'm actually going to swap it out for time and time again, which I can, like, get immediately by reshuffling Setback's deck, which has, well, not Setbacks. I guess I'd have to reshuffle Night Mists, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I could go with Mistfield Recovery and have Setback discard a bunch of cards. That would be one way to do it. That's not necessarily a bad idea. But that's versus, you know, using Heedless Lash and hitting Oblivion for a bunch of damage. Or Mistbound on Oblivion, which I think I want to save that for when we flip him. So, yeah, that's a good question. Mistfield Recovery for 10 hit points. But then I'd have to discard a few more. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily wise. Let's go. Yeah, Enlightenment is actually really good because I can't hurt myself and draw a bunch of cards. So, and Heedless Lash is nice. I also can't hurt myself. I get a free card. What are my potential options here? Some stuff, mostly stuff I don't really need right now. Yeah, and Chronoist is really good. You know, playing free cards is like, yeah, you know, of course. Yeah, I'm going to go with Enlightenment. Draw 2 free cards. I'll give them to Night Mist. Yeah, I still basically take on any mission, but like I don't hesitate to swap out a mission that isn't working for me, right? Like, just do it. Just like with Night Mist. Do you need more cards? Get more cards. Do I want to discard to do a couple damage to OblivAeon for 2 damage? Sure. I have some things I don't really need here, and I've got enough to discard on the other turns. Yeah, so here I don't actually need to discard anything. I'm just gonna reshuffle Night Mists. Oh, and yeah, actually don't discard. Skip discarding, reshuffle Night Mist, and skip for setback, because maybe I'll want to use that for Mistfield Recovery later. Incap abilities are really valuable once you have a bunch of rewards, I find. And you can be just like, hey, Mr. Fixer, keep using the crazy power that you have now, like every turn. So there's sort of there's a point in the game where it starts to switch over, and we're pretty close to that at this point. So with the Chronomist, I get to play a card, and Setback also gets to play a card, which is probably going to be worthwhile versus just getting 6 damage out of the Chronomist. Because I could go with Heedless Lash. I could now use Mistfield Recovery on Setback's deck for a little bit. I could play Elder Ring for some more damage. That's actually not a bad idea. I would love to get some more healing for Night Mist, but she's doing okay, really. She's got 16 health. Yeah, I'm thinking of playing Elder Ring, but what would Setback want to play? Something to reduce his tokens again, or because Looking Up is coming up. Want to stay below 10. Yeah, I don't need Whoops Sorry. Uncharmed Life is potentially useful. Yeah, because I'm counting on Voss. Yeah, Voss is going after Setback with his 10 damage, which is unfortunate because I would love to have that be going to Night Mist instead. But that's just not going to happen. I could do 7 damage. That's pretty solid. I think I'm just going to do that. So let's play Elder Ring and have Setback play Karmic Retribution. And punch Oblivion. What city plays? Oh yeah, we knew it was going to play Scum and Villainy. So it goes. We should be able to choose here between Oblivion's deck and the Sign deck. The Sign deck is almost always less bad. Yeah, we get a new Scion, so that's annoying. But it's faultless. He can be helpful. Well, he can hit T-Rex bot. Shoots back. T-Rex bot, like the bonus damage from T-Rex bot is like gravy. It's super good. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna protect Night Mist with this, and for 1 damage, I'm not gonna do the discard here. All right, now we get self-damage, which still works for T-Rex bot to hit back. Yeah, we can make use of Cursor's ability here. Yeah, that's why Night Mist has so much HP. It's the Amulet and Cursor is helping a lot. Oh, well, here, actually, yeah. This is gonna set things up for Night Mist to redirect from Voss, as it happens. So good job on that one for setback. Let's discard these and yeah, redirect this over to Oblivion, I think. Let's get a big whack on Oblivion, and then Faultless gets hit by Voss. Voss does have a lot of DR. That's based on the number of tokens, so oof. Faultless is doing a bunch of damage here. It's not going to take out Night Mist team, but that's 4 damage across. But Oblivion is not destroying an environment, so Rook City lives. All right, we can actually make use of this. I think Mr. Fixer probably needs to draw a card. Yeah, he's been really low on cards. Ooh, a Jackhandle, which is also a mechanical golem. And Expatriate needs a card, so let's do that. And let's skip it from that. I don't think anyone wants to destroy their hand, discard their hand for this super much. I mean, if I discard the Jack, I mean, having the Jackhandle with Great Contraption is just glorious. So I'm just going to skip. I mean, I would love to be able to get the contraption. If I discarded the Jackhandle, if I was getting 2 tokens, then I would definitely do it. But I'm not, so let's skip that. Castus Playgrounds. All hero ongoing cards are also equipment cards. That breaks things in a good way. Here, Hair Trigger Reflexes, also an equipment card. That's right, now we have the Mission Control helping us again. Unnerving Target. Man, this Mission Control has been really good for us. Toolbox, Mechanical Golem. I draw dual crowbars. I'm not sure why I'm drawing. For some reason, oh, because I played Toolbox. It's like, why am I drawing? Yeah, from Toolbox. We have cards going from the trash to the bottom. Cryo Chamber is going to come and do some damage. Well, hit Hellion first. Mr. Fixer gets to redirect that to Hellion. I think it's just gonna... Oh yeah, Expatriate is saved by it, which is nice. Bit of cold damage around, but that's okay. And there's no Scion here, so they don't play a card, which is nice. Takewalker, does that mean the ongoings are also mechanical golems? You're absolutely correct. I mean, it should mean that. I don't know if that actually works. I'm not sure if we've tested that. It's crazy. It also means that, like, other things, I think there's other things that, like, when you discard cards, they should count. I think that might be, there might be a bug where that's not working, but that's the idea. Yeah, here actually, since all he did was play an ongoing, like the ongoing into the other battle zone, I'm gonna let Cursor survive this, or not take much damage. Otherwise, Cursor would get killed by this. And because Cursor's damage is really working really well with other things, and I'll let Night Mist redirect this to Faultless. Yeah, I want to keep Planar Banishment. Do I have any other environment destruction? Because I really want to get rid of that Rook City card, which is going to cause a lot of damage. Oh yeah, Setback could do it. But I mean, I have other stuff to discard that I don't super need. Like, I like Oblivion, I like Mistfield Recovery. Let's do that. It's more of like what you need versus what you want. Yeah, now that your cards are easier to lose. Oh hey, I have Hair Trigger Reflexes, so Ping Sanction for 1 damage. Yeah, this rum is nice. I only got a small bottle. We're only here in Panama for like 2 weeks, but I wanted to get some of the rum, and for $4, $4.50, can't go wrong. with Carta Vieja. All right. So we still have the issue of tokens. So basically, I think I want to keep at least one person in this battle zone who's like going to survive and like avoid tokens being added, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to think if I want, like, Expatriate is going to be pretty good at dealing damage to OblivAeon with her equipment and stuff. There are totally ways to go wrong with rum for 450. Yeah, but I mean, here in Panama, you get some good rum for 450. I know back, in the States or in Canada, you don't want to be paying 450 for rum. I'm trying to think of who should go over and hang out with Sanction. Probably Writhe, who's like, not doing a whole lot. He's like maybe providing equipment cards for Mr. Fixer for discarding. I have dual crowbars and jack handle in order to get Crate Contraption. That is ridiculous. I think Expatriate needs to go back and start shooting. We took out Void Soul. That was the objective there, so... so here, is there something I can do to start... I'm trying to think if I can do anything to get... Yeah, whenever Night Mist discards a card, that's going to count for Mr. Fixer, but he has to be there, right? He's right now in the other battle zone. So unfortunately, those didn't always count. I can use an incap to let someone use a power. Or like let Mr. Fixer do bonus damage, which is actually pretty strong. He doesn't have his contraption yet, so... who's here with me in Battle Zone 1? Setback could do some damage. That's not too bad. And Night Mist could draw some more cards. Also not too bad. Yeah, I feel like, actually, if Night Mist draws cards, that is going to be helpful. So, let's let Night Mist draw a couple cards, because she's been running low. Cursor protects her. Alright, I was thinking of reloading into an ammo. I have don't I have shotguns in my trash? I do have shotguns in my trash. That's gonna hit Faultless and another ping on OblivAeon versus like, doing other stuff or getting quick draw. I think reload's probably better than quick draw here, so yeah, this gets another point on Faultless, so let's do that. And this is going to let me draw another card. Actually, if I shoot Hellion, that's going to flip Hellion. So that's worth it here because I'm actually going to get a good damage return from that. So it's definitely worth considering, like, instead of targeting Oblivion in a case like this, target the mission that's going to actually flip and get to go off right away. Because it can be worth it to, have that action economy. So yeah, here we can hit Oblivion. We could have him hit himself and I would get to use a power or play a card. But I think getting more damage through, starting to hit Voss, it's irreducible. Potentially flipping Faultless in time for the next turn would be nice. So, or even better, making Voss flip Faultless would be cool. So yeah, one thing I was thinking of just having Setback hang out in the other battle zone. He wouldn't really be doing much, which is a downside. But he would be able to destroy that bad ongoing card for free. Well, not quite for free at this point. Just trying to think who I want to leave over there. I was thinking of leaving Writhe, basically. Because because now we have 2 equipments in Expatriate's hand for Mr. Fixer to be discarded for Great Contraption. So we're definitely going to get Great Contraption. And we won't get to use it right away, but maybe we'll get to use it like for Faultless. So yeah, I'm thinking either Setback or Writhe to be the ones to go over. I mean, both of them could go over. But Setback's like doing very little damage to OblivAeon. And Writhe is also not doing a lot of damage, but he's really helpful to control things. So I think, yeah, we're going to have Setback go over there. And, I mean, we can try for the last wager if we wanted to. Not necessarily a bad idea. It's not the greatest reward, but it's something. Or we can use the incapability to use a power, play a card, or discard the top card of every deck. Probably playing a card is going to be better, right? We can get the Shadow Cloak or something like that early, so yeah, that's going to be better. Let's play from Writhe. I mean, I could play one of these, but I'm going to be playing one. I only need to play one of them on my turn anyway, so unless I have a way to discard, yeah, discard the top card of each deck. I'm not sure if that counts for the other thing. It probably does for the. But then it's like you have to be both an equipment in Writhe's deck and the other one. I'm just curious if there's any. There's discards from the Shadow Cloak, right? So I can potentially. What I really love to have is have Mr. Fixer's thing flip before he goes. So let's definitely get the Shadow Cloak out, because that's going to help us potentially discard cards. Yeah, like you could use Skiyamaki on Mr. Fixer, right? And have him with Jack Handle, like, go nuts. Like, there's such hilarious things you can do with Jack Handle. Or even dual crowbars for that. Alright, so probably makes sense to destroy Impending Doom here. Just, you know, just in case. Also, moving the countdown token is bad, so I could destroy, you know, one of Writhe's cards. That's no problem. Or even Toolbox. I don't super need that. And we can destroy Impending Doom, which is bad. We want to add tokens? Yeah, we want to add tokens. And we'll hit Sanction for a little bit of damage. Actually, I could have hit Writhe to discard a card. I don't think Writhe has any equipment cards, though, in his hand. He could discard an equipment card for... Yeah, he doesn't have any, but he could discard an equipment card to prevent the damage, and that would count for Mr. Fixer's thing. So, fun interactions. But we're going to move to the first battle zone with Writhe. Setback's going to hang out there by himself. We want to take this on. One player plays up to 2 equipment cards. Oh, that would be... I mean, if I want those to discard them, but I could totally just have Expatriate play them. That would be cool. Using powers is good. Playing cards is good. I was thinking I kind of want Nightmare to start healing a bit, but it's not a huge concern, because usually the first damage is going to be a big one that she can redirect. Who else is here with me? It's Expatriate and Night Mist. Someone's going to use a power. Night Mist could draw a couple cards. Expatriate could do a bunch of damage. Actually, Expatriate could reduce OblivAeon's damage. Using the nitrogen rounds is always useful. So I'm going to do that. Oh, but I need that equipment in my hand to discard. No, I don't, because Night Mist has one to discard, and so does Mr. Fixer, so we're okay. Use a power. Use the Infinity Cannon. Play an ammo card. And shoot it at OblivAeon to reduce his damage. And yeah, now What even is Writhe going to do? Play more equipment cards? Destroy any equipment cards? Yeah, I guess Somber Tinker. Sure. Get more cards, do things. Get equipment back to my hand. Yeah, Umbral Siphon. Like, Oblivion very rarely gains HP, so I'm not super worried about that. But we could use that to prevent Voss from regaining HP when he flips. Something you can do. We could also reduce Oblivion's damage a bit more, which can be really handy. Though preventing the first damage each turn. Who's Voss going after right now? Seraph. I don't get to choose. Yeah, that's Seraph. Seraph is going to get hit for like 10 damage. That's fine. Yeah, I guess the question is reducing Oblivion's damage by another 1. It's pretty good. We have a bunch of low HP targets that we could potentially save because of that. Timber Sonker. Yeah, let's do that. Might mean it's not the best call overall, but no, I'm not going to destroy the Shadow Cloak though because it is too handy. And with this variant, it's hard to get back. Oh, and I get to use another power anyways, so forgot about the Atlantean Conduit. So I think preventing damage to Expatriate here is going to be good because Night Mist has her own protection. You can do both. That's right, Sonic Blade. I forgot. Alright, here's a vote for the chat. Dual Crowbars or Jack Handle? I'm not going to promise to obey your vote, but I'm curious what you think. In this situation where I'm going to have the hairdryer. Put equipment in hero trash in play. Or I could get Pipe Wrench or something else. Hoist Chain. Or, no, that's the wrong environment. What else do I have for in caps? Draw a card. Destroy an ongoing or destroying. Yeah, don't just say what you want. Explain why you want it. Actually, I like Jack Handle a lot because that's going to convert my Omni Unity damage or any like self damage into wide damage. But yeah, there's not that many targets, that's true. But Dual Crowbars is super nice for the double whack. Jack Handle works better with Create Contraption, I think, because you get all targets on both, as opposed to Dual Crowbars, which only gets 1 extra damage. So I'm actually going to choose Jack Handle only because that's the only one. I haven't used it with the hairdryer before, so I want to try it with that. But Crowbars is also really good. I'm trying to think of, do I want to... I could put an equipment from a trash into play. That could be... Oh, something for Night Mist. Oh, she doesn't have any. Could be something for Expatriate. She's got lots. She could get more ammo. Or another gun back. She's never come across Flak Jacket yet, actually. Or I could get like a toolbox, which is just going to basically come back to my hand anyway, so it's not really going to do anything. Or I could put Jack Handle for my trash and then play Meditation or Overdrive. So that's good. That seems better than the other options. So yeah, using capability, put Jack Handle for my trash, forget the one in my hand. Then I can discard the one in my hand. And I could either play something to get more damage out, like maybe start going Irreducible to get through Voss. Yeah, I think that's... Driving Mantis has been helpful, but I have Bloodstone, so I'm not really super concerned about dying. So let's get Riveting Crane. No, wait. They're all in my trash. Sorry. I have to rewind for that. So yeah, we're not going to be a 2-hour stream, but it's going to be... We're doing well. The Tiger Claws are both in my trash, so... there goes that. And yeah, let's use this power. So this is going to be 5 irreducible. Sorry, 4, I guess. There's 1 nemesis bonus. And we can destroy something that we're not too concerned about, like maybe unnerving target, or even hair trigger reflexes is barely doing anything at this point. I love drawing these equipment cards that have hit points when you draw them up. It's kind of fun. Oh yeah, I discard a jack handle, and the tokens for create contraption go up. And yeah, so this is going to trigger off jack handle also. And we're counting on Voss killing Faultless here, so yeah, we only have to discard 1 card, so Expatriate may as well hang on to what she has. Because yeah, actually I may as well just discard this pipe wrench I don't need. And I'll keep dual crowbars just in case. And the hairdryer is also a reward equipment mechanical golem. It didn't get hit points there, but if I go back it should have hit points. Oh, maybe it doesn't. It does. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I see. That's a bug there. It's just a display bug. It does have hit points, it's just not showing them. Oh. I'm not hearing the music anymore. Did things stop working? Yeah, alright, I'm not gonna not try to open a text file, because apparently that's the end of the world. Hopefully you can all still hear me after that little glitchy moment. Let me know in the chat what you saw. All right, let's have Night Mist stick around. And do I want the last wager? I mean, sure. I guess the last wager would have been a way to flip that early. I should have realized that because you can discard cards and they count for it. So, should have realized that. There's all sorts of crazy interactions. Alright, so I definitely wanted to play Planar Banishment to get rid of Scum and Villainy, which is going to do a lot of damage and be unfriendly. So let's play that. No damage to self. Destroy Scum and Villainy. And that's it. And yeah, do I want to deal myself 3 damage at this point for 2 cards? Because oh wait, I know I can redirect it. So yeah, I do. I can drop. You know, it seems like it's fun to keep an Oblivion, but I'm actually very unlikely to play that. So, and yeah, let's hit Oblivion with that. I will get another card play. Yeah, I could jump into Mist form, which might not be a bad idea. Or Heedless Lash could potentially do something good. I was trying to think if we flip Faultless early, then Voss is going to hit Oblivion, and we also get to regain HP. So I was thinking of killing Faultless now. And I could do that by, like, I could have decided to hit Faultless there and maybe have Rise do some damage or something else, right? Or have, yeah, play Overdrive. Yeah, I'll just play Overdrive and that will take out Faultless. That's a good idea. The question is, do I want to play like Mist Form or Starshield Necklace? Or Heedless Lash? Kind of want to get the necklace going. Let's do that. And yeah, Mr. Fixer can overdrive and go hog. That will flip Faultless. And we'll get the HP regain also. And 8 damage to Voss and OblivAeon. Oh yeah, I do have to destroy things, but you know what? That's okay. I could destroy unnerving target. I feel like that's not a big deal. And again, we're going to do some more damage. Yeah, Bloodsworn Exhibition, I can safely destroy that now. We're not going to use that. And yeah, we can discard cards. We may as well do that. You get to draw another card, so. Do that. Sure. Oh, I was going to keep that 4 for HP, but whatever. I draw something else. Maybe it'll be 4. It's a 2. I'll discard this one. I have 2 cards in case I need to redirect. Toxic Sludge. All right, the question is, do I want to try to save? Oh wait, this only deals with each with at least 5 HP, so okay. Choose Night Mist. That hits Oblivion. That's funny. I could use Lies of the Shadows to redirect, but yeah, it's funny. This is going to be hitting like all of my equipment, but I'm not destroying the Shadow Cloak for this. No. I can discard a card though. That's fine. I have lots of cards. Actually, Faultless is going to heal all these targets like in a second, so not all of them because yeah. So well, I can. Yeah, I actually don't want to discard for this because yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Alright. Scion turn. Faultless gives us all 2 hit points. Oh, well that would have destroyed the Scum and Villainy. Now Voss is dealing each non-villain target 2 damage. Yeah, it is really just 2, so I'm fine to prevent it here and let those guys get down lower. I'm not destroying the Shadow Cloak for this. Could discard. I have so many cards, I don't mind discarding a card for. It's just 1 damage, but it's like you only get the 1 chance each turn, right? So I actually kind of want Mr. Fixer to get knocked out so that he can heal everyone. Everyone has to discard. You know what? I like Assault Rifle better than Quick Draw, so I'm changing my mind on that. We lose Riveting Crane. Yeah, I guess Heedless Lash. Here, I want to destroy it for 10 damage. I will destroy the Shadow Cloak. And send that over to OblivAeon. And then OblivAeon's getting wrecked by Voss with like 20 damage this turn. And we all get to use a power. Writhe Does he have another power or just his base? No, we have Cloak Projector, so I could put another minus on Oblivion, but you don't want to put too many minuses because if no damage is dealt to heroes, 5 tokens are added. But yeah, that's interesting because I could put another minus because 5 damage at -3 is still 2 damage. So yeah, I guess we may as well have Expatriate go first because hers doesn't really have a lot of decisions to it. We're going to be shooting Voss. Or sorry, Oblivion. Actually, we could... I wonder if we could flip Oblivion here. Oh, I already destroyed the Shadow Cloak, so I can't use the damage part of this for more damage. Mr. Fixer. Oh, Mr. Fixer's got his thing. Mr. Fixer's got his thing, so... let's use the hairdryer. So that's going to be 7 because of Harmony to Oblivion, and 7. And then it happens again. So we're flipping Oblivion right here with 3 on the countdown. That is really good. And Oblivion's going to leave, which is fine. I'm not even looking at the cards we drew. Yeah, I totally forgot we got the hairdryer. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, so I was thinking Night Mist has been dealt damage already this turn, so I could use oh no, Elder Gods hasn't been used this turn. Okay. Has Cursor gone off this turn? Oh, that doesn't say. That should say if Cursor's gone off this turn. I feel like that has to have happened already. But maybe just in case, I'll use my power. I want to draw more cards anyway, so I'll do this and choose Night Mist, and then she won't hurt herself for sure. And Night Mist can use her power to prevent the damage and draw cards. Well, that was pretty crazy. Thanks, Voss. We can skip this. The setback want to discard his hand. Probably not. Entry point. I usually put this on like the cryo chamber or something. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, training simulator. That won't actually do anything because there's no targets in a villain trash that's accessible. If there was an Aeon Man there, that would work, but well, Oblivion's already here in the second battle zone. We get another Scion. Progeny, who gets to do his things. Uh-oh, setback. Silver lining, yay! Setback made it. We'll see if he survives Oblivion's turn. There's big bad Oblivion. Final form. Oh, he's coming back to our battle zone, which is good because that's where he has damage reduction. So that's going to be basically 0 damage. There's like a little bit going through to Faultless. But like it's at -2, right? So basically there's no damage to anything except a little bit to Faultless. So good thing we put on that extra -1. Just fast forward through this, and and now we conveniently move back to where we want him to be. I would have liked Night Mist to have her card prevention already going. But we could actually probably get that going with an incap ability. If she has enough cards. And then we're getting 3 damage to everything, but it's just going to be... Yeah, this might kill Chronoist. Yeah, because it's 1 damage going through. But yeah, not a whole lot. It's really tough to keep Faultless alive, as you've seen. And no, we don't want to discard. Not for 1 damage. So importantly, he didn't add 5 tokens, which is bad. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have an incap to play a card, or we would have like Night Mist play Mistbound this turn. We can use a power, destroy a target with 1, or do the power thing. I think basically just spamming powers on Mr. Fixer is the way to go here. So I'm gonna stay and spam a power to Mr. Fixer, who's gonna do Jack Handle hairdryer time. Six and 6 to all targets twice. And we are going to get Oblivion playing cards. I do have RPG Launcher, but nothing to blow up. So I guess I'll just play... I mean, I could blow up like a hero card. I don't think there's anything that's like going to expire. So let's just play an Assault Rifle. Yeah, I guess Seraph could hit himself, and then I could make use of... I could use the Assault Rifle, or I could get a damage boost. That's interesting. I don't have irreducible damage, though, so it doesn't really matter, because I can't hit Voss in any case. So I'm just going to use this and the Assault Rifle if I do that. Let's draw a card. Get maybe a Flat Cannon. That would be nice for her to have, with all the business going on. If I said Flak Cannon, I mean Flak Jacket. Seraph gets some damage through. Yeah, I'm gonna have Seraph hit himself. And I could play Arsenal Access and be very likely to get a Flak Jacket at this point. Or some ammo, so I'm gonna do that. Yep, Flak Jacket. I need to keep Expatriate alive to be doing, yeah, Incendiary for that all-important +1 damage. Not exactly. Oh, Oblivion should have played a card there. Did he not play a card? Did I miss something? Oh, he played Focus of Power in the other battle zone. That's right. It's like, whenever he plays a card like that, it's like, oh, easy mode. When he plays an ongoing card. So basically, Setback can't do anything here by himself, which is unfortunate. He could destroy the Focus of Power. He also, like, I also don't want him to go over to the other battle zone because he's not going to be able to do much. So I'm going to stay here because he's just not going to be able to do much, right? I can still use an incap ability to like play an extra card or something like that. He's just not, he doesn't have any rewards, right? He's just not set up to do much. And Demand of the Gods is not going to be useful. I'm thinking I could like, use my power to try to reduce some damage. So, or I could like gain 3 hit points. Trying to think what I want to do here. Yeah, like Whoop Story to get rid of the Focus of Power. That's totally valid in case OblivAeon comes over here. So I think we'll just use the incap ability to do one of these things. Yeah, I think just playing Uncharmed Life. Well, actually, if I use looking up first, I get both the damage reduction and the healing. So let's do that. Oh, but I'm going to play Whoops, sorry. Oh well, whatever, that's fine. Setback is probably dying anyways. We're going to, I think destroying Focus of Power is the right call. We'll add some tokens, and then we'll remove a token and prevent 2 damage. So that could be useful. Setback could certainly potentially survive if Progeny doesn't get too many tokens. And maybe, who knows, he might get another Silver Lining. Alright, Writhe, I think. This is something, Writhe isn't really doing a lot, but yeah, I can prevent Oblivion from playing cards if I have the Shadow Cloak, which I don't anymore, and I can't get it. Though I might, if I play, move a card from trash to top of deck. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance I could potentially be able to use Lurking Shadows to draw a card that could give me the Shadow Cloak, but it's like, really, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is have Writhe move the second battle zone as well, because he's not doing a lot of damage to OblivAeon, so that keeps 2 tokens from being added as well. And I can still try to get the Shadow Cloak back, but I want that objective. I'm not going to be able to get it, but I could, you know, have something else come up for someone else, which is a nice thing. So let's take it on. Yeah, that next objective we can potentially get over here in the second battle zone. So next time. All right, so what I want to play. I do get an extra power at the end of my turn, so that's good to keep in mind. Yeah, I kind of want to play Lurking Shadows just to try to get the Shadow Cloak or some way to get it, but I'm also like, don't need the extra power at this point, so. Dealing each target damage. Just like playing more equipment card or playing this erratic form. Sure, let's do that. And I can use this. Yeah, I'll get to use both. I mean, I would love to have the deal damage for every card you have in your hand with this hero, but let's prevent damage to Setback, because hey, maybe Setback will live. Don't really worry too much about protecting heroes, but they do add tokens when they die, and I'm kind of curious if we can manage to win without losing an environment here, which I have done before, but in kind of a super stacked game was when I did it before. Yeah, let's definitely keep Progeny from dealing damage, or doing less damage. Band of the Gods. Setback doesn't really destroy cards en masse, right? So it's more likely to be used by Writhe, so I'm not going to move it. Let's discard a Darkly Dreaming and try to draw something else. Hey, Fight and Fade, that is what I want. Mr. Fixer, running out of cards. I don't want to move. I don't want that objective, but I could use an incap ability to potentially draw a card I could play, or I could bring a full HP Jack Handle into play, or let like Night Mist play an equipment card, which she doesn't have any in her trash, so forget that, but maybe, you know, Expatriate. I feel like having Mr. Fixer draw a card is potentially more valuable, so let's do that. Salvage Yard. Excellent. I can play Overdrive. And get a bunch of cards into my hand. Like, a lot. Including Grease Gun. Yes, I want to play Overdrive. So this is a trick you might have seen. If you have another power, you can use that power and then also still use Strike twice. So yeah, this is working quite well. And let's use Strike. Goes with Jack Handle again. Need to destroy something. Yeah, don't need an assault rifle. Lots of stuff for Mr. Fixer too. I mean, I could destroy the Bloodstone because the Bloodstone heals everything, but I'd rather like use the main ability of it if I can. Fixer MVP? Yeah, that is often the case in OblivAeon mode. Yeah, I mean, the Starshield Necklace is probably my main candidate for destroying here. The Flak Jacket, I want to keep Expatriate going, so... And Night Mist is survivable without the necklace, so... Oblivion plays a card. Tear through reality. That's not going to be too bad, I don't think. He is going to take out Faultless here. Yeah, Cursor's going to go down no matter what, so we may as well protect Night Mist. And my stuff is going to go, but oh well. I knew that was going to happen with the Omni Unity, right? Unless we were able to kill Omni Unity, then my stuff would lose its hit points. I don't know if that's possible. Let's see. If I hit Omni Unity first. Yeah, Night Mist can redirect, but... And Mr. Fixer's going to get hit, but he's not going to get... If I could, like, make him die, then his stuff wouldn't die. Everything would get healed. That's hilarious. Yeah. So, Night Mist could discard to redirect 2 damage. But it wouldn't even go anywhere. So I could try to... Yeah, I could hit Omni Unity or something like... I could, you know, redirect it to somewhere where it doesn't do anything, or just take the 2 damage. So I'm going to just take the 2 damage. And this is just going to clear out some of my stuff. But we'll be able to get it back from the trash, because that is something Mr. Fixer is really good at. Jack Handle destroyed, Hairdryer destroyed, Cursor destroyed. Well, let's discard... Oh man, I have so many cards in my hand now. And now we just are doing 1 old damage. No Jack Handle anymore. It had a good run. RIP Cursor. Night Mist is not going to move because she's going to play Mistbound. And I actually... Yeah, I don't want to... I'm just going to leave what I have because I want Setback to get that mission. Assuming he can survive, which is not a good assumption, but you never know. Let's play Mistbound. And trash Scouring Mists. I have an Eldering in play already. And OblivAeon cannot play cards. Do I want to discard 2? Sure. Oh, kind of handy to keep Mistform around just in case. All my rewards have been destroyed. Most of them, not all of them. That's how long these heroes have been around now. Night Mist hasn't been in cap the whole game, which is kind of her jam. Yeah, we may as well do this. Holy moly, all the equipment in hand. Oh, and Mr. Fix... Oh yeah, the Digital Age Omni Unity is still there, so all of his stuff still has hit points. And yeah, I get to draw a card, so I don't mind discarding 1. Hey, I got one-shots. Got meager winnings. Sockfoot 2000, could you explain the strategy of having Setback get that mission? It's not Setback specifically, but right now I have these 3 heroes in this battle zone trying to damage OblivAeon, and the other 2 are in the other battle zone. So that mission requires 2 heroes to be in the battle zone at the end of your turn. So I want... Oh, this one's interesting. I want that Flak Jacket to soak a bigger hit than 3. So I'm going to actually give this to Mr. Fixer because he has the Bloodstone. So basically, I want that mission to... It'll be easy for Setback to get, whereas it won't be easy for anyone else to get it right now because of the way the heroes are distributed. Hopefully that makes sense. I can pull it up here in a second when it gets to a hero turn, or I get a break. It's not necessarily anything specific to Setback is the key. Yeah, so here for... Yeah, I mean, this is tough because, I mean, I need to, if I... Oh yeah, if I say no, then Voss is going to punch... Yeah, so this is interesting. Well, first I'll cycle back to that Infusion of Power. So at the end of your turn, if there's only 2 heroes in this battle zone, you can deal yourself damage to get this reward, which is, you know, a pretty decent reward, +1 damage, -1 damage, getting hit points. Yeah, it's because of the mission objective, exactly. The reward is good. The reward is good for any hero. It's not specific to any one hero. It's the objective is based on the number of heroes in the battle zones. Cool, so yeah, what I'm thinking here is if I redirect this, Nightmist is going to remain the highest HP, and then Voss is going to hit her for 10 damage, right? That's what he does. 11 damage, actually. Versus if I let Nightmist take this damage, he's going to try to hit Expatriate, actually, or Seraph instead, which I would rather versus losing Expatriate at this point. So I'm going to not discard, and then he's going to go after Seraph. And we don't lose a hero here. And then OblivAeon, well, we'll see what OblivAeon play. Oblivion can play cards, so then we're going to be hopefully okay. We'll see. And we don't add, yeah, Freedom Tower. Right, we can have 1 player draw a card. Writhe has so many cards. Let's let Setback draw a card. I feel confident about Setback surviving here. We'll see. And no one needs to discard their hand. Yeah, we do have an entry point, but you know, whatever. There's another entry point. Put that on that one that plays environment cards. We get an erratic form. I have to say massive props to David and Jean-Marc and Jennifer for the programming on OblivAeon mode. It's amazing that it all works so well as it does. Oh my goodness, we have Aeon Men. Oh, and Mitigate prevented that damage. So we don't have the Shadow Cloak. And Writhe prevented that. And Progeny is going to hit Writhe for a little bit. Oh yeah, double entry points is rough. But Trooper's over there in the second battle zone. OblivAeon skips. And yeah, so here... Oh, this is going to hit every target. Mr. Fixer, but wait. Okay, so... Yeah, let's have Mr. Fixer take damage. And recover from the Bloodstone. So everything else regains. And yeah, we are gonna, the Flak Jacket ends up being 3 damage anyways, but. And I could discard 2 cards Yeah, the thing is, I can redirect it to nothing that is productive. I'd rather keep my cards, honestly, at this point, so I'm not going to discard. Night Mist is down to single digits. All right, we're not moving Expatriate. We're going to, use an Incap ability. I would love to get more cards for Mr. Fixer again. We could have... this goes until the end of my next turn. So I could have Expatriate use her base power to get a damage boost. I think that's probably a worthwhile thing. And then we could put a liquid nitrogen rounds into that thing. I mean, I would like Mr. Fixer to be hitting things, but right now he's doesn't have equipment going, so let's give a damage boost. And then I can put a couple, I'm thinking of putting a couple liquid nitrogens into this. So that's what I'm gonna do. And neuter Oblivion if he does actually manage to do some damage. I have Grease Gun, but I'd rather be dealing damage than playing something like Grease Gun if I can, so. Let's try to just neuter Oblivion here. And also deal some solid damage. And he's misbound. All right, Setback, I think probably is gonna stick around here to hang out with Scion friends. Writhe is probably gonna go back so he can continue to prevent Oblivion from playing cards. So Setback's gonna stay, take on the objective as we discussed. Oh, that's interesting. Sanction moved to Aeon Man? What? That's a bug. Someone take notes about the bugs that I'm finding. Actually, I'll just make a note on my phone here. Oh, was it Aeon Assault? Okay, I thought it was an actual Aeon Man. Thanks, Tick Walker. Let's see. Yeah, so here I could go with Plucky Break, do some damage. I mean, there's not really a whole lot that Setback is doing. I could just try to get some tokens, but let's go with Plucky Break. Do a little damage. Yeah, and we can have Writhe hit himself for a bit, get that mission. And now Writhe is gonna say, peace out. So if I move Writhe over, I'm gonna move Night Mist over because I don't want them to be adding tokens to the Inevitable Destruction. So from the Mechanite, this one's interesting because I won't really be able to use it, like to get the Mechanite reward, but it is still a bunch of free card draws, so that's still totally valid use of that objective, is just be like, draw extra cards. I do have potentially play a card, use a power, or move a card from trash to top of deck, or play up to 2 equipment cards. That's really good, especially because ongoings are equipments. Or no, equipments are... no, that's the other battle zone. Oh my god. So I could have Mr. Fixer play you know, like a toolbox and a jackhandle or something, could be a useful thing to do here as opposed to the Mecha Knight. So I think I'm going to do that because actually Mr. Fixer at the start of his turn can put his hairdryer into play. So let's do that. One player plays up to 2 equipment cards. Mr. Fixer plays... I like that jackhandle that we've been doing, so let's do that. And a toolbox, because otherwise the thing will just cancel itself. Aeon Masters 2 smaller Aeon Men stacked on top of each other to sneak into Aeon adult movies. He's very busy down at the Aeon Man business factory. All right. So I want to get that card play prevention going. And I can do that by using Fight and Fade, which will get me the Shadow Cloak, and then I can play Grasping Shadow Cloth to destroy the Shadow Cloak and prevent the card plays. So let's hit OblivAeon. And there is the Shadow Cloak, and we can play the Grasping Shadow Cloth. Actually, was there another? I might have had another thing to like double up on plays. Yeah, I do have Somber Tinker, so yeah, let's rewind it. May as well double up on the business while we've got it, right? Fight and Fade. Hit OblivAeon. Play. Yeah, if I play Somber Tinker, draw a card, move an equipment card from trash to hand, play an equipment card. There aren't any, so that was useless. But I drew another card, so that is useful. This is weird. There is no mission deck trash. All right, let me note down these bugs. What was the first one? It was that Chekhov's hairdryer does not show HP when Omni Unity is in play. Also, Grasping Shadow Cloth shows... I could report a bug here, but I don't want to do that in the middle of the stream. I'll just take a note. Shows the mission deck as an option, which should never be the case. You can never interact with the mission deck in this way with any sort of card plays like this. So we'll choose OblivAeon. There shouldn't be anything in the mission trash anyways. There is no mission trash. Yeah, we can have... You would think you'd put Focus of Power back, but this does go to the bottom of the deck. I want to keep Focus of Power around in case we want to put it on top of the deck and keep Oblivion from playing a bad card. So let's put Territoriality on the bottom. And I do have to destroy the Shadow Cloak to prevent the card playing. I draw a bunch of cards because I have those ongoings. Yeah, Writhe is just doing good things here. Even though if he's not doing damage, he's doing a lot of good stuff. So I could do some damage reduction on Oblivion. He's already got -2 though. You know what? He does 3 damage to everything, so sure. I mean, I'm gonna be able to get another one. So reduce you even more. Voss. I mean, we could reduce Voss, but like he does so much damage, it just kind of doesn't make a huge difference. I mean, we could... He does play Scion cards that do damage. Yeah, whatever. I'm fine to put it on OblivAeon. I'd rather have Voss do more damage to OblivAeon than whatever. So, let's prevent damage to Writhe, I think. Yeah, he doesn't have the Shadow Cloak, and he's vulnerable right now. How many cards have been destroyed? Only 1. Mr. Fixer is probably not destroying many cards. Do I want to move it to anywhere? I'll keep it on here. Writhe actually has a destroy a bunch of cards card. that he could play, and the other heroes don't. So erratic form is letting me discard. I can put equipments in my trash and draw that. Try to, yeah, this one, destroy any number of equipment cards. That's going to let me get Demand of the Gods if I want it. And another Grasping Shadowcloth. Perfect. All right, and here we don't want to move. We want to use that incap ability to put an equipment from the trash into play. Surprise, surprise. Chekhov's hairdryer. And I'm happy with the irresistible damage. And if I had a Bloody Knuckles, I would totally use it. But I think I'm just going to play Overdrive. So let's do that. We'll do the same trick we did last round. We'll use the hairdryer first. I think Voss is going to be going down here. And we'll use Bitter Strike, which is going to be, 4 and 4. So sorry, Voss, you don't get to enact your master plan. We can destroy some card. Yeah, I mean, Lies of the Shadows is handy, but I don't have the Shadow Cloak around now, so bye. And destroying Voss removes a token. And we'll get rid of one of these erratic forms. Guess I could destroy Meager Winnings. It does not really doing anything. Oblivion is prevented by Mistbound and the other thing. Let's confirm this for the turn. Yeah, Darkwatch turns out to be a really good Oblivion fighting team. This isn't the first time we've seen it, I guess, based on what other people have said. I think I do want Night Mist to move to the second zone to prevent those tokens, so let's do that. I may as well take on Form the Mega Knight for the free draws. Sanction might flip. Oh no. Hey, Setback can gain a hit point. Good job, Meager Winnings. And now that they're tied, I kind of do want to play Mist Form. And then Night Mist is basically going to soak the damage because we'll just say that she's, if it looks for the highest, choose Night Mist. If it looks for the lowest, choose Night Mist. Yeah, Harpy died pretty early, but she did some good stuff. She hit Oblivion for a lot. And, it isn't about everyone surviving. It's about making progress, so. And boy howdy have they made progress. Yeah, same HP is fun, I agree. Yeah, like when all your heroes are at 1 hit point, it's actually very powerful for if you have certain cards. Versus having heroes at different hit points. Right, Rook City is still here, and it is playing falling statues on things. Hey, Tenebra's Overlord. Voss just got taken out by Mr. Fixer. Oh no, which target's going to do the second lowest HP? One of my rewards. The Jackhandle, I guess. I have lots of tools to bring out, but only one hairdryer. Alright, first battle zone, Scion, nothing happens because Voss is gone. And actually, he won't be replaced, so that's handy. Mr. Fixer does fix the problems, doesn't he? Freedom Tower is kind of hilarious. Let's have Night Mist draw a card. And I kind of want Setback to discard his hand to get rid of one of these entry points, just in case it matters. But I mean, that's just going to play another environment card, which is probably going to be an entry point. So we're not going to do that. Ooh, a Tome of Elder Magic. All right, Scion turn, what you got for us? Not adding tokens, that's what. Ooh, destroy 2 environment cards. I know exactly which 2 I'm destroying. I'm gonna have like every non-entry point card out. Almost. There's like Legacy's Landing Pad and Dr. Tachyon's Lab are the only 2 cards that are not entry points. Yeah, who's got the lowest HP? Why, Night Mist. Who's got the most rewards in play? Why, Night Mist. Convenient. Actually, they would have both survived that anyways. That was a pretty tame turn. And OblivAeon can't play cards. He tries to deal some damage, but he's at -3, so he does a whole lot of nothing. I feel like this game is just about over. More of a question of who gets to do the final blow. Yeah, Night Mist is really good at surviving. That is true. Mr. Fixer, I mean, already the first version of Mr. Fixer, or all the heroes except Night Mist got knocked out, but that Bloodstone, Mr. Fixer did need that. We're not going to move. Donations in Ruins, I mean, I could get it, or we could just have Mr. Fixer keep making punching. This is the case where Mr. Fixer just keeps making punching because it's outrageously good. Use those in-cap abilities if you got them. Hey Dover, Voss did his thing. He got his face beat in. That's the thing that he does when I'm around. Alright, and we want to play a card. Let's just play something to hit Voss harder. Voss, OblivAeon. Let's play another ammo card. We have any more? Yeah, we have a... Let's use some fire hollow points for 9 damage. Mr. Fixer is truly outrageous, but you know who's going to win the game is Setback, who has been doing tireless work in the other battle zone, keeping those tokens from being added. So Setback is going to trip over his own feet and save the day. Accidentally, of course. Sure, let's take on the objective. First, he's going to fumble. I could go turn of events. I could do all kinds of things here with Setback. I could discard the top card of each deck. Setback wins by falling on OblivAeon. Yeah, there's the one where he falls on, right? Yeah, that's looking up. So let's do that. I'll just play some ongoing card. And Setback falls from up high somewhere and accidentally lands on OblivAeon and knocks him out. And that's how the Dark Watch saved the day. He falls off the Freedom Tower, or off the Rook City radio tower. Setback saved Rook City. We didn't lose a single environment. And only, like, 5 heroes? Not too bad. we can watch the credits, and maybe I can take any questions while the credits are going. So yeah, give it a try. Dark Watch against OblivAeon. Turns out they work really well together in this situation. There's the Harpy. She got taken out pretty quickly, but the Dark Watch Harpy survived a lot longer. Actually, we only lost Harpy, Dark Watch Harpy, and yeah, some of the original Dark Watch except for Night Mist. Is there any shield you really hate to have? I don't think so. I think each of the shields is a different challenge, right? So it's more of like it's more of a different puzzle to solve. So sure, some of them are more difficult than others, but yeah, never noticed that Tim Kozing credit before. Maybe you should watch it in different situations. Yeah, the Aeon Master one can be really difficult, but it's also, if you beat it, it's really satisfying. So I don't think I hate it, because it's always like, how do I deal with this? Because you have to, do different things. I think the primary objective is definitely the easiest, and it's definitely the one you want to play first if you're playing Oblivion, because it's like, do the things that you should be doing. It encourages you to do things, whereas the other shields, pretty much all of them, require you to waste time and resources, or dedicate time and resources to the shield that you would otherwise be doing, getting rewards with. So, or even like, I feel like the Source of Foes one is the one where you have to do the most gymnastics to try to do, because you have to it's intentionally set up to be like, there's one fewer Aeon men than you need. So, you have to get more Aeon men out and, be able to destroy them at once and try to avoid Oblivion doing it. So one good strategy for that shield, I find, is have one set of heroes hitting Aeon Master to make Aeon men in that battle zone, and then try to have some Aeon men in the other battle zone. Basically, try to have enough Aeon men in both battle zones that you can do it. So that, so even if, Oblivion destroys all the Aeon men in one battle zone, because, you try to set up one where they're all there and you can do it, he moves over there and kills them all, right? So have Aeon men in both battle zones so that you can, after he goes and blows up one of them, you can go to the other one and blow them up. Yeah, there are a ton of playtesters. Oh, and here's our ending friends. We win. Balawi asks, are there any rewards that you always ignore? I would say there's none that I always ignore. The ones that I achieve the least would probably be the Nature's Compulsion, the one. I'll go to the Multiverse and go through them. Let's look at our stats here. There's our heroes incapped, the 2 Harpies and the original Dark Watch, but no Night Mist, no environments destroyed. Pretty good. And we took out 5 Scions out of 10. And that's one thing you'll find. If you watch me play Oblivion on the streams, I really don't worry about the Scions. Like, the Scions are a distraction. Just like in regular Sentinels, like villain targets and environment targets. Like, yeah, if you have extra damage or if they're posing a particular threat at a certain time, deal with them. But, there's no need to try to kill them. You have an objective, and it's Oblivion. You need to destroy Oblivion. And the Scions are really just a distraction from that, in my opinion. So in most of my games, this is typical. 5 Scions defeated. And really, I only didn't need to defeat those Scions. They just sort of was like, well, I had splash damage, so they got killed. So, for the most part. All right, so there is the end screen. So let's go and answer that question about missions here. Go to the Multiverse. And yeah, so let's see. True Hero in the end, I sometimes get it. Probably more often than not I don't, because it's pretty costly. War-Torn Landscape is easy to get sometimes, so I'll get it. Building a King, almost always, it's easy to get and really good. Citizen Storm is usually give or take. It hurts, and the other side isn't that good. So Create Contraption is obviously game-changing. Demand of the Gods is one where, again, it's like situational if it's easy to get. Often don't get it. I never ignore rewards. I'll always take one even if I'm not planning to get it because I can always swap it out later, right? Or trade it. So don't like shuffle the deck or skip unless there's no better option. Taking a reward is better than not taking it most of the time. Terror Bird is usually great to get. It's funny, most of these, if you remember the game we just played, like I got them and they were lost during the game. The Expedition, this is one where it's like, I'll grab it and I usually don't discard intentionally for it because the reward is not that great and you get it by doing other things. Filter Heist is decent and I usually go for it. Form the Mechanite is great if you can get it. If you're splitting up for battle zones, it's harder to get. Great Fortune is usually good. Some heroes, it's really hard to get it, like the Sentinels. Hellion is similar to Citizen Storm, where the reward's better than Citizen Storm, but it's also, you're taking a bunch of damage to get it, so that's can be a toss-up. I usually go after the target-based ones, like that and Hermetic Evolved. Infusion of Power is, again, if you can get it, go for it. Nature's Compulsion, if there's one that I ignore, there's none that I always ignore, but Nature's Compulsion is, I've never tried to get it. I'll pick it up and maybe I get it, and you can definitely do good with it by trading it to other heroes and letting, move to battle zone, trade it, move battle zone, trade it, but keep in mind what you're giving up to do that, right? You're not picking up a different reward. So there's trade-offs because the payoff for it is okay. It's fine. The +1 damage is good. The healing is okay. The moving the battle zone can be really good situationally, but I don't really go after it. Orchestrate the Void can be difficult to get, but is really, really good. The reward is amazing. Shattering Blow actually didn't even show up that game and is the most bestest thing in the game, so obviously never ignore that. Summon the Colosseum is easy to get, but as you can see in the game, by the time I got it, it was not useful. Digital Age is usually easy to get. One thing that's often overlooked about this objective is it's like a free card play. Even if you're not going to get the objective, you still get to discard a card to get a top deck play, which is totally worth it. I would take that trade anytime. The Final Champion is relatively easy to get to, and Cursor is nice. The Last Wager is, one of these ones where it doesn't really cost you anything, and if you get it, you get it. Whoop-de-doo. The Nations in Ruins. This one can be harder to get because of the requirement. Actually, it's not usually that hard to get, and playing the top card environments is good. The reward itself is not super good, but if you can get it for free, just get it. The Red Menace is, I find out of the target ones it's harder to get, but the reward with the right hero is super good. Time and time again, as we saw, can be, if you get that mid game, it's easy to get. And To Hope for the Dawn, this one is, again, you need the right hero. And this one as well, it's a useful reward, but by the time you're getting this thing, it's you're doing more damage than that with your stuff. So it's not, I don't find it to be a must-have. There's some quick thoughts on all the missions that you can dissect and tell me how wrong I am with the internet. And that's the 3-hour mark, so that's going to be it. But bear in mind, it really depends on the situation of the game, so don't feel like there's a wrong reward. Obviously, the Last Wager is intentionally meant to be the worst reward, but for basically in my opinion, if I'm going to say what are the best rewards in general that are going to if you got this reward, you're more likely to win the game. Number one, Shattering Blow, Oblivion Shard is plus 12 damage, plus sometimes 20 damage, crazy amounts of ink damage increase. If you have a hero that does multiple damage instances, it's outrageous and is a game changer. Form the Mechanite with the right hero with the damage. If you form the Mechanite and Oblivion Shard, it's crazy. So yeah, those two are really good. And building a king, in my opinion, is one of the most reliable ones to get, where you have like 9 damage and everything. So there's so many good ones, but just to point out a couple. So yeah, Oblivion Shard. The stats will be coming from Mind Wanderer next month, and I've said before, I will be very surprised if the #1 sort of predictor of whether you win the game is Oblivion Shard. Yeah, the hairdryer is really good. And even if you don't have any bonuses, it's like, 6 damage times 2 irreducible. That's very good. All right, well, I'm going to call it because it is an hour over, but I think that's not too unreasonable for OblivAeon. So thanks, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next week. Don't forget to tune in to the next streams, Dolphins Dive and Zach's on Sunday and everything. So I'll head to the next screen where you can catch the schedule. Thanks again for watching, and have a great night.